All right. Can you see? Sorry, again, it's only our second episode live, so it's gonna take us a second. But here go the mic. So if you want to, oh, child, what's that? Yeah, it picks up. All right, yeah, it picks up. You just leave it right here. All right, YouTube. This is Tay and Nicole. We are back with another episode of True Talk Podcast on the Tay and Nicole Show. YouTube. I am with Keys.
What's up, everybody? What's going on?
Keys. And today we are going to be discussing going deeper, meaning depression, self-care, meditating, yoga, whatever. Not whatever, but whatever. But basically, I took the Keys yesterday. I ain't seen him in
maybe over a year, probably.
Probably. It's been a minute.
I
haven't seen him in a minute.
It's all good though.
Excuse me, y'all. I haven't seen him in a while, and we were talking yesterday about like depression and like how to get out of it.
But we've been supposed to have did this too. Like this is long, way long overdue for sure.
For sure, this is a process that Ben was supposed to happen. So the reason I wanted to discuss this particular category today, though, was mostly for myself. I've been struggling with depression lately. Like, usually I have like these periods from, I want to say maybe around the holidays, like Thanksgiving, up until usually my birthday. This year, for some reason, it has extended long past my birthday. My birthday was 2 weeks ago, and I still have been stuck in a kind of a weird space. And I don't know exactly how to articulate it the way I need to. Like, my mom has called on, my cousin Aaliyah has called on, and they check on me. My cousin Twanika, she checks on me too. I love you, Bill. But it has been a process of, I don't know how to articulate myself very well when it comes to my emotions. I know how to tell somebody where they got me fucked up at, but I don't know how to, like, when somebody be like, do you love this person? Like that lovey-dovey or that, like, your feelings. Like, when we start to get into it, my best friend came over here. Shout out to Day. He came over here and we had a conversation about my feelings. And I wanted to fight him. Like, I would much rather get in the ring than get on this motherfucking, platform and go, yeah, cause, like, I feel like a little punk bitch. Okay.
You shouldn't feel that way though. Definitely. I mean, talking about anything just makes the situation way less on you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even though it's difficult to talk about certain things, like, you should always talk about them. But like I said before, like, another part of that, you got to be in a space where you feel comfortable enough to talk about these things. You just can't talk about them on anybody because you never. First of all, you never know who you could trust, and then people like to see you down a lot. So
exactly,
you got to protect that space, and that's probably why you find it so difficult to open up to people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you got to talk about it, or not, it's going to consume you. So you got to find an outlet. You got to talk about it, regardless of what. You have to.
Yeah. I have noticed, especially with this platform and me having my own podcast and stuff like that, I have noticed that I am able a little, which is weird as hell, but it seems like I'm a little bit more able to express myself vocally on my platform than I am one-on-one in talking to somebody else. I don't know what it is, because I'm really not even somebody that cares too much about being judged. I just don't trust people. And I started to notice that my daughter has the same quality. Like, she is very, like, outgoing, outspoken, but if she don't feel some type of trust towards you, and it doesn't have to be that she don't 100% trust you, it's just something in you, just, I'm not comfortable enough to tell you something as simple as, how was my day? It was good. Like, I don't want to get into detail about it, but I don't know why I'm like that. I don't know where that stems from, and I don't understand why I'm like that, because I just feel like so many people come to me all the time about, like, my opinion or about, like, help or, like, advice, and I am so willing to hear everybody else out, but I feel like I almost don't have the same advantage. Like, I don't get the same opportunity to go to other people and completely let off the way they like. I don't get the dump.
The
way they get the dump on me. Or it's been times like I could be in this house crying. Like it's recently crying, like going through whatever I'm going through. And it was a friend of mine, he was going through a lot too at the same time. I'm so trying to get my mind off what I'm going through. I'm in this house crying, but I'm checking on him. But he not even noticing, like, she checking on me. She good. Like, she's strong. Like,
that's what people think. Like, you know, you're always a person that people will come to and talk to. So they think that you always got your shit together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't go through anything. Like, you don't experience emotions.
Exactly.
But that's not true. I think the people who put on the mask the most are the people who really need that outlet to where they could talk to people and get whatever's weighing on their mind and their chest off, you know? So it's like, as much as you look out for people, you got to believe, though, that there's somebody out there that you could talk to and get it off your chest. And if your channel helps you do that, then I 100% support that. Like, even if you got to do episodes daily or weekly, whenever you feeling like that, hey, go live and make it work.
I don't want to be the Facebook go live bitch, though. I don't.
Nah. Normally,
I don't want to be the.
Normally, when people go live on Facebook,
I don't want to be like this, screaming at my phone or spitting at my phone.
And I'm still trying to figure out what a person gotta do to make me go live and do that. Like, no shade to nobody, but it's like I can't see myself going live on Facebook doing a fit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, especially if I want positive results, it's like you got to do it in a manner where the environment is promoting growth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
absolutely. I do know that. Hold on, sorry about that. You're texting me. I do know that this year I felt like when I don't want to tell my age, but I felt like this year for my birthday. I feel like this year for my birthday, I hit a point where I kind of felt like, okay, so on my birthday, now only a couple people know this because they were with me at the time. I had like a nervous breakdown, like horribly. For some people that don't know, the day before my birthday, when I was pregnant a few years ago, was the day. My birthday's the 23rd. The baby that I was supposed to have she was supposed to be born on the 22nd. We were supposed to be a day apart. I have the tattoo on my chest, but it's always so like hard for me. The 21st, the 23rd, the 22nd, all of those that leading up to that already from the holidays. Yeah, and then my birthday is right there. I never get out of that space. Like, I be trying. My cousin Twanika has tried to get me outside to get out of it. My friend Candace has tried to get me outside to get out of it. Trav has gotten me outside to get out of it. Like, there's a couple people in my life that have tried to make it like, okay, Tay, like, come on, let's just go outside. Let's do this to get your mind off of it. But I had a nervous breakdown. Literally. I literally, oh my God, please don't judge me. I was so sad. Like, I don't even know how I did this, but I took my car, mad and all, and in my brain, I literally was going to drive that bitch into a wall. Literally. You know what happened? I literally was like about to, and my fucking car, I hit something else before I could hit the wall, and my fucking tire blew out. Yeah. So it stopped me, and it brought me back to like, bitch, like, come on now, like you got this, like, get it together. But I ended up having to call the people that I was with. They came to help me. I got my car situated, got back to the house, but I still woke up in a different space. This was the day of leading into my birthday. So this was Wednesday night leading into Thursday. Yeah. And I woke up still in a state of like, I didn't even want to do my birthday dinner. And I didn't want to go. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to have it. I didn't want to be there. I just was in a space like, this is just not what I like. I don't want this shit. Like, I don't want to be around. I'm sad as fuck. I don't want my friends and my family that's coming to support me to see me sad as fuck. So like, what am I supposed to do? My mom I ended up getting her. She came to the house with me, but I ended up being late to my dinner. First of all, it was ridiculous. But my mom.
I mean, that's regular.
Yeah, but we was late.
Yeah, late.
But we ended up my brain just was not functioning. Even when I was getting dressed, like my hands and stuff was shaking. And my mom had came to me and she was like, yo, you good? Like, what's wrong? And I was like, my anxiety was like up here. Like as high as anxiety could be, it was up here.
Then some?
And then some. Mm-hmm. And she was like, all right, listen, it's your birthday. What do you want to do? Everybody's waiting for you. You have to put try to get it together, like try to figure it out. So I was just like, all right. So she was like, I'm gonna pour you a shot, because at this point you can't talk to a therapist. It's 10 o'clock at night. The only thing I can do is pour you a shot at this moment. You take your shot and then we figure this shit out after. But you put your face on, you get dressed, you look cute, and you have a time. And I am glad she kind of made me do that, because when I went there, I had such a good time. Like I felt loved. I felt like my family and my friends wanted to be there, and I really, really needed it. But then even after I left the party the next day, I still went right back to that same state of being, that same state of mind of, yo, what the heck is going on with me? Now, I have every quote, every yoga book, every crystal healing book, every therapist you could think of, male, Black, girls, like I have every meditation routine, anything you can think of to try to take you out of a space of negativity. I have access to that. I have tried it. I've done it. And for some reason, this year, it is just not working for me. I don't know what it is and what's going on. Well, I'm learning what it is and what's going on. But I said all of that to say that I have trauma that I thought like I was okay with.
Yeah.
I thought that I was like, nah, this happened like, I'm straight. Like this happened when I was 20, whatever. I'm good. Mm-hmm. And I had to talk to a therapist, and they was telling me like, yo,
therapy works too.
Therapy works. I tell people
that all the time. Like,
therapy works.
Don't think like you too good to go to therapy, because that shit definitely works.
It works.
It works.
I had to talk to it. Now I used to go. I've been doing therapy before, mm-hmm. but I do it off and on. And my mom told me too. Stop doing that. Like, you need to consistently go and stop thinking all of a sudden because you feel 100% better this week. Mm-hmm. You ain't got to go to your appointment next week. Stop doing that. I have a habit of doing that. So I was talking to him about this. A therapist I've been went to. She texted me, which was weird. She texted me like, mm-hmm. Hey, just wanted to check on you. How you been doing?
In a little while, like type of thing. Like,
and I was like, yo, I am struggling, lady. Like, lady, I'm not doing okay. And she was like, well, what's going on? And I told her like how I was feeling and stuff. And she was like, have you ever talked? So it was an incident. Something happened when I was 27. I had an incident occur in January of 2017. I, at the time, my dad had died. My grandmother had died. And I had got raped by this boy I know. I never, ever told nobody except my best friend, Sheila, at the time. She's the only person in the entire world I have ever told. She's the only person that knew exactly who the person was. It wasn't, that was just what the conversation was. I always said I'll keep it to myself, and I never said nothing. But she asked me, she said, did you ever sit down and have the conversation with your mom or anybody to get it off your chest? Because it seems like it's getting worse and worse for you every single year, because it's by your birthday. It happened 3 weeks before my birthday. And then my birthday came. So it's like every year it gets worse and worse. And she was like, have you told anybody? Have you talked about it with anybody? And I was like, no, I'm good. Like this, I don't think that's my trauma. She was like, it is your trauma. It's part of your trauma. You're not expressing what's going on. She was like, and you're not expressing it because you're embarrassed. Now, what she meant by this is, I'm not embarrassed because it wasn't my fault, obviously. I can't make somebody do something to me. But I was embarrassed because I put myself in that. I was in that situation, and I'm a strong person. If you know me, I'm a very, 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 very strong person. I try to be as strong as I could possibly be. So to be in a vulnerable state and having to explain to other people, oh, well, this boy did this to me. And then the crazy part why I was really upset with myself is the boy did it to me. And I forgave him. Like he ended up apologizing to me. He knew what he did was wrong. He apologized to me. He dead. He died though. Right after he apologized to me, he died on a motorcycle.
Wow.
And so ended up apologizing to me, and he died. I want to say maybe a month later. He died like a month later, or whatever. But at the time, what my mom and them didn't know was that I had got pregnant by the boy and didn't know. Found out. And why I said that I was embarrassed is because I was going to keep it. So I felt weird. Like, bitch, What dummy?
I think that's just your motherly instinct.
I was just like, what dummy? Like, what dummy does this? So when I'm talking to the therapist about it, she like, you need to tell somebody because it's bothering you, it's eating you up. And she said I had told her, I blurted it. It started coming up more recently, and that's why I'm bringing it up. Mm-hmm. My cousins, we was drinking, and I snapped. And like it came out and they looked at me, but I walked out. Like I just walked off. Yeah. And then my other cousin tried to bring it up again. And I was like, whatever. But she was like, it's coming out when you're drinking. It's coming out in your anger. It's coming out. So you need to talk about it. It's something that's bothering you. It's something that's triggering you. It's something that leads up to your birthday and it's messing up your birthday for you too. You need to figure out how to talk about it. But I said that because I was just like, yo, I felt kind of disgusted with myself a little bit, but it was like, I felt bad at the same time. But my therapist told me, she was like, yo, why you give so many people grace when they come to you for stuff, but you don't give yourself grace?
That's a fact.
And I just was like,
I mean, we know it's like cliche. People say all the time, like, nobody's perfect.
You
can't run away from your. I mean, you can run away from your problems, but
I'm very good with that.
But that doesn't mean they're gonna go away. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
No matter how far you run, as soon as you turn around, the problems that you fail to address, they're gonna be right there anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta turn around and you gotta face it. You gotta allow yourself to get caught. Mm-hmm. And it's never easy because, like you said, some people they feel embarrassed.
Yeah.
For whatever the reason is, embarrassment is always a feeling. You get what I'm saying? So it's like until you address it, though, that's where you won't be able to heal until you do it. So it's like,
yeah,
that's the hard part, and a lot of people don't want to do that because it's so hard, because it makes them relive the situation that they just went through. You know
over and over, and it's not something you want to discuss. That,
but when you look at it from this perspective, you're reliving it over and over and over anyway. By running from it because you never sit down and address it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I get what you're saying.
You gotta talk about the things that make you feel uncomfortable. And it's what, 8 billion, 10 billion people in the world?
Yeah.
You can't feel like your struggle is unique, because believe it or not, there's millions of people still going through the same thing that you went through. And there's a lot of support groups. There's a lot of people who just want that outlet to where they could be able to express themselves and get to a better place. And you showing the courage to talk about your story just makes it that much more easier for somebody else to come along and open up and get out of that state of depression that they're currently in too. And we may not be, and this is the hard pill for a lot of people to swallow. It sounds insensitive, but this is the truth. We may not be responsible for situations that we are put in, but we are responsible if we stay in those situations.
I agree.
So it's up to us to take the initiative, especially if you have a desire, you know what I'm saying, to live, and you have that vision to where you see yourself living a fruitful life. It's like, it's up to you at this point to do whatever it needs to be done to get to that point. So it's like, you definitely don't want to allow yourself to be consumed with all the negative, because it just won't get you anywhere. You got to turn around, you got to face it, and you got to talk to people who make you comfortable enough to talk to them, because that's the way out. Like, we all go through trauma, like childhood trauma, like, you know, like poverty, violence, molestation. Like those are like very, very common. Like, but those are the things that people also try to hide too the most. But it's a very, very relevant thing, and it's kind of selfish to think that we're the only ones going through what we go through. But when you look around, like, a lot of people wear masks every day. You know what I'm saying? It's like they go out in public and you look at them like they're strong, but and they get home and they just really, really break down. Like, life is very, 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 very hard to live. Like, it really is. So in order to like be more productive, I had to learn the hard way too, because for years I thought like, yo, I'm good, man. I don't gotta talk about nothing. I'm straight.
Yeah, I'm it ain't nothing.
Straight. And then as being a man, like we tend to think that if we do talk about our problems and kind of like make us less weak, masculine,
like a little weak,
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
but nah.
Yeah.
As a man, you should be comfortable in your skin to talk about the things that bother you, without feeling like you're less of a man. In fact, that makes you more of a man, believe it or not. So I went through the same thing, just thinking I could figure it out by myself. Oh, I don't got to talk about certain things, you know what I'm saying? And then as time goes on, and then I start seeing certain examples in the real world, and I get triggered, and I'm like, man, I haven't healed yet. I haven't even started to begun to heal. So it's like, that's why I say therapy work, man. And you could talk to a therapist, you could talk to your close friends and family, even strangers. Like, you ever be out in a place and
or at a bar, you sit, they just tell you they so comfortable because they feel like it's no judgment. And granted, when you have friends, you should always feel like your friends aren't judging you. But the reality of the situation is
you can't really talk to all your friends about
everything. Sometimes you have friends that they're not going to understand, or so I'm going to take accountability. I am the blunt and very make it make sense, friend. Like, I am not judging you, but I need to understand why it is you are moving this way, or why you feel this way.
Which is reasonable.
Which is questions for me. It's not that I'm judging you, because I'm still going to be here. I'm going to help you still, but I need to understand, okay, this happened. Now, what are we going to do moving forward? Or is this going to keep being a repetitive situation? Yeah. So that's my thing. But I don't think that you can talk to all your friends. No, I don't think that you can. I just don't think it's like you have certain friends for certain things.
Exactly. That's a fact. The love, don't get me wrong, the love is still the same. But it's just the fact that everybody is not in the same space in life. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you really have to monitor who you share your personal information with, because you can't trust everybody. And often, as the years go by, you realize like a lot of people who you thought was your friend really ain't. So that plays a big part in people just keeping a lot of information to themselves too. So you definitely want to decipher out, who you could talk to. And like me, like for instance, like I write poetry. So all the years that I felt like I couldn't talk to somebody, at least I had that outlet. Even if I wrote a poem down, I burned it. At least I got those feelings on my chest. But I also have a lot of poetry that nobody ever laid eyes on, Mm-hmm. But that was one of my outlets. And then, finding people that I could trust and talk to and open up to, like that meant a lot too, and it helped. And then going to therapy, mm-hmm. It's like sometimes we could be very unaware. And even the people around us, like, you be going through shit and nobody even know it. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody even question you, like, yo, what's going on? Like, you disappear or you go absent for their lives for a little while, and then the average person, sometimes they take offense to that. Oh, that ain't my friend. They ain't hitting me up. And not once did it cross their mind, like, maybe you be going through something yourself too. So it's like,
yeah,
it's a lot that come with it. But I'm a very, very strong advocate for therapy and talking about your problems.
Yeah.
You don't got to talk to them about everybody, but if you find even one person who could just call you every now and then and you could open up to, then that's a start, like, for sure. And you got to be proactive, like working out, monitoring what you put in your energy, like a lot of stuff, it could trigger you, like, mm-hmm. or the negative stuff. That's why I don't watch certain things anymore. Like, I don't even be around certain groups of people no more. Like, I just don't entertain certain things, because that's like me cleansing my environment of the things that make me want to, like, fuck somebody up, basically.
No, I agree with that. It'd be periods where I agree. It'd be periods where I've deactivated my social media.
I'd be going off that shit.
Especially that shit in the beginning of the year.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah, especially like in the beginning of the year, like I always at minimum 30 days. Like, I need a second, and I need to make sure, like, this is not triggering my motherfucking state of being.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good. So I definitely do think, like, cleansing that. And then I think people only think that like everybody is on this positivity journey, they say, where there's only positive vibes. Yeah. This only positive vibes thing that mm-hmm. everybody be posting. But 9 out of 10 times, and it's not no shade and be funny, but niggas be real negative, like,
absolutely.
Super negative. And
absolutely,
you mad, and then you come next to me, and now I'm mad. But like you rubbing your negative energy on me, but we supposed to be a positive vibes only atmosphere, but you negative. Your energy is negative. Even let's break it down to sleeping with people. I really feel like energy is energy regardless. Sexual energy, to it just being in somebody's atmosphere, us being next to each other, this is energy. Like we can feel each other's energy. There's no negative vibes over here. There's no negativity. This is a trusting, positive station for us right now.
That's a fact.
So it's good vibes. There's no, nobody's trying to have no demonic things jump out.
No secret agenda.
No spirits jumping off, popping off. Like, I don't feel like I have to sage my house when he leaves, Because I'm good for saging. I will sage my house.
As you should.
But I do think that we need to be, as individual human beings, we just need to be a little bit more mindful of the energy that we take in. Even like days where I feel like I'm learning too, after talking with my therapist and trying, like I said, I'm trying to get through this depressive state that I've been in. I'm doing better and better, but I still feel a little like, like I went out to eat with my mom yesterday and like we were talking and then I just kind of got like this blank stare and she had to address it to me like, yo, what's up? And I was just like, oh, nothing. And she like,
I'm in my own head, Mom.
What the fuck? She like, I said, I'm telling her, so I'm like, okay, listen, I'm feeling like this, so I'm gonna just go get Chloe and I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna just stay in the house and just chill because I don't want to be outside just to accommodate her wanting me to be around or be outside with my friends knowing I am not in that space because now my energy might rub off on yours because I'm not in a healthy, good space to be in a fun atmosphere at this moment. I need to be in my bed
and I think
laying down.
I think that's perfectly fair. Now, if you got somebody who understands that in totality and they still want you to come around because they're trying to help you, that's good. But sometimes, if you know you're going to be a vibe killer, you don't want to make the moment all about you. Sometimes you do want to
It's good to just stay to yourself. Yeah. I am very, I think it's okay for people to want to be by themselves. I will say this, and I'm going to say this. I do have a little small issue with I don't want to be around, so I'm just not going to answer the phone and text nobody all day when you can simply just say, bitch, I ain't in the mood today. I'm sorry. It's like I'm having a day. Because one thing I am good for, my cousins and them, I will tell, today in the day, I am struggling today. I can't do it. And it'll either be you good, you need anything, you want to come over. No, I'm good, I'm going to stay in the house. Or sometimes I will go lay in the bed with Kiana. Or Aaliyah come over and we'll chill and she'll take a nap here with me. Like, it depends on the situation, but I do think at the very least, especially when people say they love you and they care about you, you don't have to answer, but send a text. Yo, I know you've been calling. I see it. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just not in the space today. That's it. That is simple. And then you can turn your phone off from there. You can do whatever. But at the very least, acknowledge that the people you saying that is not reaching out to you is reaching out to you. You just not in the space to talk to them at that time. So I do have an issue with that part of it. But I do think that it is okay to take time to yourself. I am learning to do that. I am not in a space. This is not what I want to do. This is not where I want to be. And I'm also learning to stop giving more than I'm receiving as well. Like I've been like this as far as with my like some of my friends and stuff and family members. I pour as far as like conversations, mentally checking in, making sure they're good, everything. But most of the time, I don't always feel it reciprocated by everybody. And I'm not doing it for reciprocation. But at the same time, if I'm checking on you, you could check on me.
Yeah.
That's it.
100%.
So I do think that we need to
I think every relationship is about give and take.
Every single one.
Intimate one or a friendship, a business relationship.
Every single one.
It's all about give and take. And a lot of people, unfortunately, they didn't have the mindset where they just take, and they don't want to give. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, listen, I'm a firm believer in if you need to take a day or two to be by yourself, then you should do it.
I agree.
Absolutely, 100%.
I agree.
Like 100%.
I agree.
It is what it is at that point. And if people don't understand that, then, like, respectfully, that's their issue. Like, we are in control of our own selves, and that's what we can do. And, you have up days and you have down days. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, on those days where you feel down, or some days you just feel like, you know what, I just want to take a day to myself. I've been making sure everybody else good. I've been helping them with the stuff that they've been going through. And right now, I just want to chill. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be by myself. I want to relax, and that's the way to go about it. You know what I'm saying? And you should not feel guilty about that at all. Like, not even a little bit. Like, real talk.
I do think that too. We have to learn, especially I'm learning this currently, that communication is self-care.
Absolutely.
Communication is self-care, like regardless of the relationship, because when I communicate how I feel, it doesn't leave me in a a distressed situation. I don't feel out of place. I feel like I'm being heard. And then I feel like you can't come to me and say, you didn't say anything, or I didn't know because you didn't talk.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I express to you how I feel.
I don't know if Twanika watching, but baby girl, I'm going to say this. I apologize because she cusses me out so much because she's like, yo, you be holding it down. You always there if I need you or whatever, but you be really holding it down. And you don't broadcast. Like, it's mad shit you have done for people I never would have knew if we wasn't around each other. But you don't broadcast, you be chilling and you be doing whatever you need to do. And she was like, but you don't open your fucking mouth whenever something's wrong. And I hate it. She cusses me out at least once a week. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah. She cusses me clean out all the time. Like, Tay, I don't care what it is. Because you do have
outlets. Like, I want people to know that. Like,
and that's what she was
saying. Whether you have
like,
family or not, whether you don't have any friends, like, you have outlets. Like, there's people who are willing to talk to you and help you through whatever you're going through. Like, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Like, and she proved that. She said that to me, but then she proved it to me. She said it. She been saying it. But then she texted me one day and she didn't even know what was going on. She just was checking on me like, yo, you good today? And I was just like, be honest. And I was like, nah, I'm not. That bitch got here in 7 minutes with a bottle of Casamigos, and we started watching a show and just catching up and talking. And we both needed it. We both needed to vent. We both needed to cry. And that worked for us. She was here probably until 1:00 in the morning. And we was just chilling, talking, and we both needed it. It was something we both needed. So sometimes you could be going through something, your friend could be going through something, y'all really do need to just talk. Yeah. Like, have a conversation. 100%. That worked for me. 100%. I needed that. And thank you. I love you, even though you stress me out. But thank you for that. But yeah, I do think that you definitely have to communicate, because that is a form of self-care for yourself. It's a form of self-care for the people you in a relationship with, you have friendships with, you have your family members. That is a form of self-care. And then I think communication, like, we as a community love to say communication is key, but most of us do not know how to communicate. Like, we don't know how to be adults sometimes.
Emotional intelligence is very low.
Some of us do not.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
And sometimes people do get offended when you set boundaries too.
That is true.
Even if you are going through something and you say, like, you know what, I'm just having a hard time right now, but at this moment, I really just don't want to talk about it. Mm-hmm. Some people get offended with that because they feel like they're them and you should be able to talk to them about anything. But that's not even an issue. It's a timing thing. You know, I'm not prepared to spill all these thoughts out yet because, one, I have to organize them first, and then I have to really dig deep and get to the root of the situation before I can actually sit here and then articulate what I'm going through. So it's like you said, people be saying communication is key, but communication goes both ways. It's a listening and an understanding thing.
Yeah, like, I agree with
definitely,
that.
Like, it's a listening and understanding. So you gotta give people their space. You gotta respect their boundaries, and just let them know you love them. And whenever you want to talk, I'm right here if you want to talk. Mm-hmm. Whether you take a day or 2 days, a week, it don't matter.
I'm here whenever you need me to be here.
That's a fact.
And vice versa. It has to be reciprocated. Like, you can't have one-sided relationships. It's just eventually somebody will start to feel out of place, or they'll start feeling taken advantage of, used, or, abused. You don't want nobody to ever feel like you are solely the one putting in all the energy in any relationship. That shit is just not cool at all. But
100%.
Yeah. So that was a lot. I do want to move into forms of self-care because we talked about depression and the stuff that we, had going on or whatever. That was hard for me, y'all. Oh my God. I'm surprised I didn't cry. Oh my God.
So I felt it a little bit, but let it out. It'd be like that.
Oh my goodness. But
that's growth too.
I did need that.
That's growth too.
But I probably because I cried so much yesterday on the phone with the therapist. She was like, yo, what is going on? But forms of self-care. Like I told you, I said earlier, I have every crystal book, every yoga, everything you could possibly think of, down to this. I'm going to show you guys something right now. If you follow my Snap, you see I probably post these. I have these affirmation cards. Yeah, see these. And I literally pick one every single day and read the affirmation. Yesterday, I forgot to do this affirmation, right? I looked at it after I was crying late in the day, after I staged my house. And I was like, this is the one I needed in the morning, and I never did it. And it's basically telling me to breathe, and call a mental timeout. Mm-hmm. And I didn't pull it yesterday. So these be helping me. I'm not going to front. When I do in the morning and I do my routine usually consists of my daughter gets up, I get up, I usually meditate. I don't get on my phone. I usually do not get on my phone immediately because I notice when I get on my phone, it takes away from, I get on it and then I'm on it. And I kind of forget the steps of my meditation and go pull your affirmation card and go do this. So I try not to get on my phone. I meditate for 5 to 7 minutes and then take a shower, eat breakfast. Usually something like, I'm a fake vegan, y'all. I'm not a real vegan. I'm not a real vegan. Kiana and them hate me because I'll be like, I'm a baby vegan. But because that's what I be saying. But I try to eat something healthy like Dave's Killer Bread, which is like a wheat bread. It's actually really good, but it's a vegan bread with maybe avocado and some mushrooms that I make look like bacon bits. Like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you frying?
Yeah. It be
fried vegetables be busting. I ain't gonna hold you.
Fire. I couldn't believe it was that good.
I don't think I ever had fried mushrooms though. That sounds
Don't knock it till you try it. But
I have
anyway.
fried cauliflower, fried broccoli, fried carrots. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're good.
But these is one form of how I function throughout the day usually. I have a journal too. After I eat breakfast, I sit at my table, eat my breakfast, and I write in my journal. And then do whatever I do, wash the dishes, go upstairs, throw some clothes on, write in my book for the day of what I need to get done. And then I also have this too. These are karma cards. So this isn't so much affirmation stuff. These are good deeds basically for the day. So you pull a card and then it'll tell you one good deed to do for the day. So send coloring books to a children's hospital. Every day it has something different for 365. It's for the entire year. But I noticed when I follow my routine, and I got them from Five Below, $3.50.
I was just in there, man. My daughter love that store.
I noticed.
I'd be like, take a 20. Bowling.
I noticed that when I follow my routine, my day is great. I notice when I don't, or I skip a step, or I'm rushing, and I don't take the time to do the self-care I need for myself, my day almost never goes how I need it to go. Like I always end up frustrated, annoyed, because I'm not taking the self-care steps that I need to make sure I feel good before I leave my house. If I feel good before I leave my house, usually how you start your day is how you end your day. So if I'm rushing out the door, my whole day is rushed. I'm busy, I'm frustrated, I'm aggravated, I'm annoyed. Like I noticed that. So I do have the right tools and the right steps to make sure that I am not in a depressed state all the time. But I think because I wasn't communicating what was going on with me internally, even though I was taking them steps, sometimes I still had demons that I'm like holding in, even though I'm doing all this extra stuff. Because Laura, I staged my house last night. My daughter, she was going to die from this man. She was so mad at me. But
where you get yours from?
Oh my God, this place in it's far, Berlin, Connecticut.
I know that's right.
Berlin, Connecticut. Yeah. It's called sorry.
You want to go to Edge of the Woods?
No,
you don't like this?
I ain't even.
They got different kinds.
Not even gonna hold you. I didn't know they had sage.
Yeah, they got sage there.
Sorry, y'all. But I got sage. And I have these candles too that I light. They have crystals that come inside of them. I burned them down. That come inside of them, and I usually meditate with those as well. And then I have a crystal setup tray on my bar. So That's my self-care. Sundays, I take a bubble bath, drink a glass of wine, and read a Tabitha Brown book. That's my self-care too. So I have different like forms of self-care. I'm trying to stay away from drinking because I've been outside lately. And it's not in my best interest to really like, be hold on 1 second, you guys. Yes, ma'am, you're live.
At least you're being honest.
Who live?
You live. I'm on YouTube live, honey.
Oh, wow. Y'all aggravated. I need Monique's number.
I'll text it. Bye. Love you. She's so annoying. But
some people really don't think that their drinking is a problem.
So,
and it really is.
My drinking is a problem. And let me say this. Wine, I'm usually chill. I'm okay. I drink wine, try to stick to wine or whatever. But I started noticing, which is why I started noticing if depression is more as well. I started noticing that the more depressed I felt, the more I drink.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you're trying to numb it.
And then I'm outside, and I'm never really outside. I've been outside. So that's gonna be I'm not doing that. And because I was drinking more, how I was feeling was coming out weirdly, and I was saying stuff crazy talking. I thought I lost a friend once the other night because I cussed her out and she didn't do nothing to me. I was drunk. I was in my own feelings about something else, and I took it out on her. I had to apologize. And then even down to another friend, I seen him the other night, and I didn't even know. Yeah, agua. Shout out to Just Water. Best water ever. But I took it out on him. I didn't even realize what I was doing and saying. My friends had to tell me, like, yo, you was mean to him. Like, you need to relax and you need to apologize. Didn't even know. I apologize. He ain't talking to me still, though. So I don't know.
He'll get over it.
I don't know. I'm sorry to anybody I cussed out, especially while I was drunk. I have been going through a lot, you guys. I'm sorry. I did not articulate it, and I'm not communicating very well, but I did notice that the drinking is contributed to my mouth. And for that, I am sorry. And this is not liquor. So relax. It's Prosecco.
I mean, I like bourbon. So I've been drinking bourbon more than I've been sipping on the Henny or the Remy or the Douce lately, like for the past 3 or 4 months. Bourbon, you know how you find something and it just agrees with you. Mm-hmm. That's what bourbon is for me. But I never really been a heavy drinker like that. Only in college, but after college, like my drinking like declined heavily. Like I'm still considered a lightweight. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can have like 1 or 2 drinks and be good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been a lot. I've been drinking more than I weigh, and it's not. No, it has not been a good thing. So I did say to myself, I'm not going to drink. No, if I am going to drink, I'm going to have mimosas, obviously, because I do that for the podcast. And then if I decide to have a glass of wine at night from now on, I'll do that. But drinking, like I was drinking Reposado, everything. Just
what, Casamigos?
Everything. Everything. So
Don
everything. Oh, so I'm gonna chill out, and I'm not gonna go out either. I'm gonna scale.
You know me.
I'm scaling out. I'm scaling back because I noticed that
it's bar every now and then. See my peoples.
I just noticed it's affecting.
Shout out to Delaney's.
Shout out to Delaney's.
We for sure. Yeah, definitely. But, go holler at my peoples at Delaney's.
I love them.
Definitely. That's a great crowd right there, man. You don't want to be in no drama. You want to lay back, have a nice drink, be comfortable.
It's a little go different to Delaney's. Now. We're gonna talk about it off screen. But it's a little different now.
But hey, listen, I like different because I like peace. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, shout out to Delaney's.
Yeah, I do think that. I am scaling back, and I'm not going to be out for a while. I'm just going to be, chilling for the most part. I noticed that I need to feel better about myself. And the liquor, people don't even know alcohol is a depressant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it makes you feel good at first. Like your first 2 glasses in, maybe I'd be okay. That third glass or that shot, I start tweaking. Then I take another one and I start tweaking again. Now I'm outside saying I hate this nigga, and the nigga ain't even do nothing to me, but I don't want to talk. I'm mad because I'm mad at this nigga. Like,
what's that mean? If you drink a Henny after the Henny setting, you think I'm pussy?
Yeah,
pussy?
you literally, that is me. Ooh. And that is horrible. Man. Like, I don't want to be that girl. I don't want to be, when Taya go out, she can't control herself, because that's not my thing.
We used to be so drunk. We used to get in so many fights, and when I look back at it, it's like that shit was
dumb,
unnecessary. But it was all because we'd be drunk. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like everything should be done in moderation, and a lot of people are in denial, especially when it comes to the things that fuel their poor decisions and their rage. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta be honest with yourself about the things you're doing and how it causes you to react. So if drinking is excessive, it's never good. It's never good.
I agree.
Because now your mood is dependent upon that drinking. And I've met so many people like that, like, and you'll talk to them, they haven't been drinking, right? And they're miserable. You could tell, like, oh, there's something always wrong with them. Well, I don't feel good. As soon as they have that drink, their personality just becomes bubbly, and it's just like, when it gets to that point, you definitely want to take a step back and reevaluate, because liquor should not be the reason why you wake up every day and be happy.
I agree.
And I'm not trying to knock, because I know addiction is real, but before you even get to that point, you could cut it down, because you don't want to. You don't want it to get to that point. You don't want it to get to that point. Exactly. You don't want to be relying upon liquor for your mood. It's like some people, they wake up, first thing they got to do is have a drink, and it's just like, at that point, it's like, whoa.
That's exactly how I'm starting. I'm not waking up to want to drink, but I was just feeling like it's a bit much. If I'm starting to lose myself, and then coming home and my friends happen to explain to me, like, you know what you did yesterday, and I'm like, no.
Sometimes you even remember what you be doing. Sometimes
that's another, and it's like, I said that, like, what, like, exactly. I don't like, and this is twice in 2 weeks I have done this to a girlfriend and to this guy, so I don't want to. I'm not doing this. I'm straight. I'm going to chill. I'm going to go back to chill, Taya, out the way, Taya. Have fun, but I'm straight. Doing too much. So I'm going to just, keep myself over here, do what I need to do, focus on it, what I need to focus on, cultivate. Not saying that you can't go out without drinking, but I need to get back to having myself and my peace be 100% up here, and drinking in moderation. So that is the lead. Drinking is down here. It doesn't need to be up here. I need to be focused on my self-care and my meditation and my yoga poses and my crystals and praying, because Lord, because that is just that's what's going to get me through. Not liquor. Liquor's not going to get me through anything but a damn fight and a headache.
That's a fact. And working out is definitely one of the best ways to take stress off your mind and your body.
Which I need to start doing with you, because even with the drinking, I feel like I gained 20 pounds, bro.
Oh yeah, you definitely gonna gain weight drinking. Like you know what I'm saying? You don't know how to control your drinking. You're gonna gain weight. Absolutely, 100%.
I am big, so yes, I'm finito. If y'all catch me, hold me accountable, y'all. You said, yeah, you right, I did. You pour that shit out, yeah.
Right. But some nights though, I do want to turn up. But even me turning up, I had 3 drinks and I'm good.
Done.
Like, that's me. You know what I'm
saying? In for.
I can't even think about the last time I finished the whole bottle or anything. Like,
you done for.
Yeah. I always been more of a smoker than a drinker, and believe it or not, like, I cut down on that. Like the last week, I probably smoked like 2 or 3 times. I'm basically just getting turned off by not being sober, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy. I'm born on 420, so it's like it's destined for me to smoke. But lately, I just been
not as destined.
I haven't. It's destined. I'm 420, baby.
Not as destined.
But I just been turned off by it a lot, Like, and I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna quit quit completely, but the way I would normally do it, I'm definitely not doing it like that anymore. Like that's a fact because I'm still pretty productive, I would like to say, but your day just go better if you, because like I can have a day off and I know I got certain things I gotta do. Like, all right, I'm gonna go get my daughter and this and that. And up until it's time to do that, if I smoke, I'm just chilling. But now it's like if I don't smoke, oh, I could get this done, this done, this done, this done, and still do all that. You get what I'm saying? So you notice a decline in your production, even though I'm never sitting around just being lazy.
Yeah,
like
but
I'm
I get
always,
what you're
but
saying.
you get what I'm saying? There's always more that could be done. And it kind of like slows you down a little bit. That's all.
Yeah. Wow, Lord. I told y'all myself, I know you said you go to you exercise and you do therapy. You got do you do yoga? Have you ever tried it?
I never tried yoga. I'm not opposed to doing yoga. I think like you should be able to stretch.
Have you tried meditation at all?
Yeah.
Like to meditate? How do you feel about it? Because I've tried to get my mom to do it, and she told me it does not work. But
yeah, it's not for
everybody.
I think you have to be in the right energy to meditate. But it definitely worked for me.
Yeah.
I'm more of I like to like order my steps. Like, I'm always thinking ahead about like what I need to be doing and how I could get there. So for me, it's more of keeping myself in the energy of always having that fire to me. Like, yo, make sure you always doing this, always doing that. And meditating, it helps me keep that fire under me. So it's like I meditate, I write, I'll go to the gym, and I really don't like being around people who don't bring me peace. So like I'd be by myself 90% of the time, like off from my daughter. And 9 times out of 10, if you like really see me with somebody, it's because they're really good with my energy.
Okay.
Other than that, like I don't really care to be around people. Like I'm not really accessible like that, if that makes sense. Like, and a lot of people say, "You ain't that the truth? You always disappearing and shit." It's like, yo, bro, I gotta do what I gotta do for me, man.
That makes you feel better about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's just like I think your worth. It kind of decreases when you become too available.
I agree. I think that your value goes down when you are too accessible to everybody.
People tend to take that for granted.
I
you
agree.
Get what I'm saying? It's just like, nah, you always want to have people look at you and see worth. And a lot of times, people, even though they might not always do it on purpose, they can like take advantage of you always being so accessible to them. You get what I'm saying? And it's just like, nah.
I agree.
You got to keep something for yourself. I think mystery is always good. And I'm a firm believer in quality over quantity. So, like, I don't need to have 100 friends. As long as I got the friends that I know are good people who are resourceful, just like I am, then I'm good with that. And like, a lot of people, they have the desire to want to be popular and want to be seen and known, and that's not me. Like I would say, like I guess you can classify me as like somebody that's a popular loner. Like I know a lot of people, but I'm always alone.
Yeah,
and I've never been the type to like boast and brag about my existence. Like that's just not me. You know what I'm saying?
That's weird.
People gravitate towards me because I always give a genuine energy, but just because they gravitate towards me, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna open up and you know what I'm saying? Because you can't fuck with everybody that try to fuck with you because you never know what people's intentions are. So
okay, that makes sense. And I do have one last question, and then we can wrap this up. You brought the people that you tend to have around. Usually, they bring out peaceful energy in you as well. Do you date a lot? Then, because can we agree that it's piss and dookie in the dating pool? And like that,
I feel like I would say this. I don't I don't deny dope connections.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm the type of man that's always gonna put my purpose before any relationship.
Okay.
Meaning my purpose comes first. Like I'm goal driven, and as a man, that's what keeps me going. So a woman has to understand, like, if I'm choosing to entertain you and be around you, it's because you are good for me in a certain way. But as far as me like settling down, I will never. I mean, I've attempted to in the past, but I've always, if you're not settling with the person that's pushing you to be a better version of yourself, then you're just kind of like wasting your time. So it's like I would take time off of chasing my purpose to accommodate a relationship that really kept me from being the best version of myself. So I always vowed to like never let that happen again, because one thing that I believe is that the better I am as a man, the better it will be for my wife and for my daughter. So whenever you got a woman who's complaining about you getting to it, who complains about like minor shit, like, oh, we don't spend a lot of time together, it's just like, that's because like you got to work and bills got to be paid.
Mm-hmm.
And that tends to always be the case. It's like people are just satisfied with like just having somebody there, and for me is that's just never enough. Especially like I said, I'm purpose driven, so people always ask me like why I never really try to settle down. It's like because I'm not where I feel like I want to be as a man. And then they say, oh, if you find the right girl, then she can help you get there. And I don't deny that. That's why I don't completely take myself off the market. It's like if I see a vibe, I'll entertain it, and if I like it, then maybe something can grow from that.
But you don't want it to mess up the flow and meet
exactly. And I don't want
and
I don't want people to be possessive with me. I don't like that. Like, don't be possessive with me. Like, let me miss you. Let me do things on my own terms as far as when it comes to like entertaining you. It's like to always like be so direct. Oh, we should be doing this, or you don't call me, you don't text me. It's just like I'm not really into that type of energy, because like I said, I'm gonna put my purpose first. So dating has always been a weird space for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
really?
Yeah, it's always been a weird space for me. Definitely.
My best friend.
I'm not opposed to it though. I feel like you meet somebody and y'all kicking it and y'all cooling. Don't put more pressure on it than what it should be. Because if at the end of the day, after I've handled all my business and I still make time for you, and by any means, if you feel like the time that I'm making for you isn't enough, then you don't have to talk to me. But if you see me as a man making time for you, even after all the things that I have to do, then you should value that, because I especially like me, like I'm not gonna be kicking it with somebody that I really don't fuck with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like coming to your house, staying the night with you, cooking for you. Like, you might not be my girl, but if you see that type of energy from me, then there could possibly be a lane where you could be my girl. But it would never happen if you keep trying to pry and put demands on me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but like by all means, I always tell women, like, if what I'm giving you ain't enough, then you don't gotta talk to me. Yeah. Because I ain't pressuring nobody to talk to me. You get what I'm saying? I'm not a man that needs to be with somebody.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
That makes sense. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I agree. I feel the same way you feel, to be honest.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, you can't talk to other dudes and none of that. It's like, listen, I'm not possessive like that. Now, if you're my girl, I expect solid loyalty, of course. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, if we're just entertaining each other and there hasn't been any real discussions about us being monogamous, then I'm not gonna like hold you to that standard. So it is what it is. Like, and I think a lot of women do kind of get offended with that too. It's like, oh, you don't care if I talk to other dudes? It's like, shit. I mean, honestly, how can I tell you not to if I'm not trying to be your man right now? You get what I'm saying? It's like that doesn't make sense. If I'm not trying to be in a relationship with you right now, how can I fix my mouth to tell you can't talk to other dudes?
I agree, and I don't know why somebody would be offended like that, but I might be a little weirder. I don't know, but I'm gonna say this: my best friend told me I have commitment anxiety, so that might attribute to it whatever the hell that is supposed to mean. He says that I have a problem with. I like the idea of dating, and I like the going out and the talking and the spending time together. But the moment you say like let's have a conversation and let's make this more than what it is, I kind of freak out a little bit.
Yeah, because I feel like things like that should happen naturally, and obviously you're moving with some type of intent if you're allowing them to take you out on dates, if you're allowing them to get to know you. And it's like people want to rush into things so fast these days. It's just like I'm not really for that type of energy either. Honestly, like it's just like that's not me, man. Like, and before, like I learned to value myself a lot more too. Because before, I just get some pussy and be like, all right, whatever,
and call it a day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But now it's like I've been more selective too. Because like, I mean, it's not hard for me to get laid. Like it's not, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the quality of the person that you're dealing with matters to me more than it did previously. You get what I'm saying? Like I fuck girls who have boyfriends and all that. Like I don't give a fuck. Like, but now it's like, nah, I'm straight. You got a boyfriend, don't even fucking talk to me because like.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So you learn how to value yourself more. It's just like
I will say this, like all in all, like we agree that if the person doesn't bring like some type, first of all, if you dating, you dating, but if the person that you kicking it with mostly doesn't bring some type of energy of positivity around you, and they don't contribute or reciprocate the energy you're giving them, can we just agree that sometimes just let niggas go?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Just let it go. And go about your business.
I'm traditional in a lot of ways too. It's just like I'm picky, yo. Like I'm not. I look at a lot of shit. Like when I be scrolling, whenever I'm on social media, I scroll. I feel like, yo, a lot of people who are in relationships shouldn't even be posting some of the pictures that they be posting. They shouldn't even be talking about some of the shit that they be talking about.
Really?
And then there's just like people want to say, oh, you're being controlling or you might be insecure or jealous, but it's just like you're a representation of me. And how can you be somebody girl or somebody wife but you posting pictures and panties and always everything is always about your body being shown? It's just like you won't be my girl doing that. I don't give a fuck how nobody feels.
Okay. That's a bit.
I'm standing firm on that.
That is a bit to be posting.
I will never ever, because you can be sexy and you can be classy without always turning around for your ass to be shown in the picture.
I agree. I ain't got no ass to show.
But you get what I'm saying? Without always putting your ass on the sink or some shit like that. It's just like, nah, I'm straight. I ain't going for that, because whether you know it or not, the type of message that you're sending is you're for the streets. It just is what it is. Like I don't know.
That's a male's point of view, you guys.
I'm just saying. Like a lot of girls, they like the attention, but just because a guy is giving you all the likes and the comments and all that, that doesn't mean he value you. You get what I'm saying? 100 dudes wanting to fuck you has no value. Exactly.
Sometimes men even like the idea of being with somebody, and then they could get with a person and it'd be like, this ain't it either. Like it just is what the freak it is.
Yeah, that's
like,
a fact.
It is what it is. Like,
and these days, everybody think they wifey material.
Everybody think they wifey material.
And it's just like, no, the fuck y'all not. And you know me, I give it up.
Most women nowadays think they're all wifey material. Most men nowadays think that they deserve to be treated like kings, and they deserve for a person to just come into the relationship submissive automatically.
Too much Kevin Samuels, even though I agree with a lot of what he's saying. But he got niggas that don't even make $50,000 a year feeling like they deserve the type of, you know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. Like, you know what I'm saying? The way he say women don't deserve what is it called? High value
High
type
value
of men.
men.
A lot of dudes don't deserve
High
a solid woman either, because like, what are you offering her to make her want to even come into your vicinity and give you that type of love and affection? It's like, what are you offering? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not about money. I mean, even though most people will make shit about money, but it's more about your mindset and how you carrying yourself too. It's like, you don't want to offer her nothing, but you feel like you feel like she should come in and automatically submit to you.
Nah, it don't work like that,
It's
bro.
like, nah,
and as a female, it don't work like that.
So I'm not biased at all. Like, I give it up for both ends of the spectrum, because it's just like, that's bullshit in my eyes. Like, come on, man. Like, you ain't even out here trying to elevate in no way, but you expect to have a woman come in and just do all these things for you. It's just like, what are you providing for her too? Kevin Samuels never said that ain't shit niggas deserve wives. You get what I'm saying? Like, he never said that, but niggas listen to him and niggas feel like, oh, I'm a man, so he must be talking about me. It's like, my nigga, come on, be serious, bro.
Yeah.
Like, get you a 6 or a 7, which is still cute, and settle down and be happy, bro. Like, but y'all be wanting these IG models and shit, like, which I'm not even like impressed by, honestly. You know me, like, I don't be paying attention to that shit. Like, I might like a picture because, yeah, of course, I'm a man. We're visual creatures, you know. We like shit like that. But for me to like actually settle down, hell no. I need like an around the way type of girl. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he
fuck
that.
Nah, real talk. Something that's really natural and realistic.
And consistent.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
consistent. Can we put the consistency word in all relationships, please? Because I have had so many friends, guy friends, girlfriends, cousins. We have had conversations, and for some reason, I don't know what is going on with the men and the women dating right now. The consistency part is just not adding up. And please, if you like somebody, show them.
Whether you man or female.
If you like somebody, show them, male or female. If you like somebody, tell them, male or
put
female.
That pride and ego to the side.
Can we please stop playing these games? We are grown.
Seriously.
Can we stop playing these games, these back and forths? Oh, I'm gonna call this day, but I'm gonna let him sit for 3 days because he ain't texting back quick enough. Or can we stop? Could we just do what the freak we need to do and focus? If you like somebody, let them know. If you like them, show them. That's it.
That's a fact.
That's it. The same way girls like flowers and candy and
dudes to
take them to the movies and stuff.
Apply pressure for the dude that you want to, because
some guys like flowers. I don't know, but like same thing. Just reciprocate. Do not. My aunt taught me when I was younger, you never ask somebody for something you are not willing to do for yourself or for them. Period. You never ask somebody for something you're not willing to do for yourself. And if you not going to do it for them, you don't open your mouth to ask them that either. You don't. It just does not work like that. It's not life. It's not fair. You don't get to ask somebody to buy you a Chanel fucking purse and you fucking don't. First of all, you can't even put nothing in a Chanel purse. One. And then you can't even afford it for yourself. And then you over here buying this nigga. Not that it's nothing wrong with Forever 21, but Forever 21 jeans, you know, shit like that. Like, I'm just saying, make it make sense, y'all. Please.
I would say this: there's way more average people in the world than there are rich and wealthy people. So this idea that you deserve somebody who's a multi-millionaire is just bullshit, because it's just bullshit. Like, you know, like. It'd be literally women who work at McDonald's and Wendy's, and I'm not shading anything.
We're just being realistic.
But what I'm saying is, you're looking at a nigga who work a regular job. It's like especially in the black community, it's like the value of hard work and a man's dedication to a woman and building up his family gets overlooked so much because he's not rich
compared to a man being outside in the streets.
Because he's not rich.
Because what it looks like. Because of what it looks like. It looks like somebody that's outside and they flashy and then and could we be very clear? And I ain't gonna bring this to be very clear. Niggas is on the fence buying their shit, and you know what the fence is, okay? So we're not about to even play these games. If you can afford it, you can afford it. But stop thinking that the truth of a relationship lies in IG, Snap, Facebook, Twitter, because it does not. The truth of a relationship lies within yourself, your values, your morals, how you want your kids to grow up, how you want your, like, just...
It's messed up.
It lies within you, not because you seen... Yo, Shorty, he just bought Shorty
exactly
$3,000 bracelet, but
you're comparing
you don't even know
average dudes to millionaires.
He just cheated on Shorty last week and got a bitch pregnant 2 weeks ago. That is an apology present. Okay, relax.
And then on the flip side, dudes overlook average women who are really good women because they don't look like IG models. So it go both ways, and it's just like that's a recipe for destruction, man. If they make you happy,
date them,
and they check off a lot of boxes, then you need to be giving them more of your time, and it's just that simple.
Date them,
and stop comparing your lives to other people because that's a sure way to end up depressed and without anything. You're gonna be here lonely. Like they say, social media think a lot of people got options that they really don't have.
And don't. A lot of people don't have a lot of the options that they think they have. And I'm gonna close this out and say this. Y'all people, I said this one time to one friend, and we ain't friends no more, but I'm gonna say this. You attract who you are. Now, I am not saying just because your nigga cheated on you, you a cheater. I'm saying at the time when you meet the person that you are currently dating, whatever you're going through, it projects itself out. You project energy. We were talking about that. Positive energy, negative energy. You attract who you are. You attract who you need at that moment. Whatever you are going through affects who you attract at that moment. So we could be mad all we want, like, this nigga, there's no way I attracted this nigga. He did da-da-da. It's the way you attracted this nigga. It happens. It was something within you that attracted you to him, and that he attracted you, whatever, vice versa. But we attract who we are at that moment.
We also gotta be honest. So you know for a fact, a lot of women, the good guys, they overlook them.
They do.
If a nigga ain't selling drugs, if a nigga don't got 100 girls chasing them, if a nigga ain't in the streets, a bad boy, 9 times out of 10, the girls don't want anything to do with him.
Which is sad. Yeah, please start dating these Russell Wilson niggas, please, because they is really good for you.
You don't even gotta go that far.
Please, just give a nigga a chance.
Like, if you like who you like, that's one thing, but you gotta understand.
It comes with consequences.
Who you like may not be the person that's good for you. And it's really that simple. Like, they may not be the person that's good for you.
And I'm gonna tell you this. I told my cousin this before. God will keep allowing the person to hurt you that you're not supposed to be with over and over and over until you learn your lesson. Right. Over and over and over until you learn your lesson. So please learn your lesson. Okay?
That's facts.
Learn your lesson. Get it together, move accordingly, and do, like, all in all, do what is best for you. Like, make sure when you move, when you wake up in the morning, you can look in the mirror. Make sure when you wake up in the morning, you doing your journey for yourself and your purpose. Like he said, you don't deal with nothing that's going to take you out of your life's purpose for yourself. Even if it makes you temporarily happy at that moment, it still shouldn't take you out of your life's purpose. Make sure, because when you don't move how you need to move for yourself, that's when depression sits in. That's when anxiety sits in. That's when stress sits in. Life is stressful already enough.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying.
So it's messy. It's painful. It's annoying. It's stressful enough. The least we can do as individuals is just give ourselves grace when we do mess up, but try our hardest to just keep moving in our own purpose, and whatever journey we have along the way, deal with it as best we can. Don't give yourself more ammunition to be more amped up with anxiety or depression or more sadness. Like, try to live as healthy as a positive life as you possibly can. If you don't have to be around negative people, whether it be family, friends, whatever, don't. You don't have to. If you don't want to pick up the phone because you're not in the mood today,
you're definitely not obligated.
You're not obligated to do anything but to die, honestly, on this earth. Unfortunately, pay taxes.
You can't avoid them shit.
Seriously, focus on your own healing your own self journey and your own positive energy. And again, you attract what you are. So if you are exuding positivity, you will keep getting back positivity. Yes, every day is not going to be fucking positive, and you're going to have some moments where you want to punch a wall. Mm-hmm. But that is when you take into accountability the steps that you have gotten to get in a positive space of, okay, I might need to double down on my yoga today, mm-hmm. or double down on my affirmations before I knock this bitch out. Yeah, you know, stuff like that. Or that's pray. That's all I'm saying. Okay. We got one last part. It's just like a little fun part just before we close out, right? So, got 5 questions we got to answer. I'm going to take these. It is not liquor, people. And whoever gets the question has to take the drink.
Oh, God.
So,
here we go.
In 1 second, you guys. A little bubbly. You got your agua? Agua. All right. Oh, we have one more comment left too by Vanna. Okay, it says most relationships be trauma bonds. That's why divorce is so high right now. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about trauma bonds.
And because people be wanting the wedding but not the marriage.
Trauma, and let's be clear. I don't even think a lot of people understand what trauma bonds is, but trauma bonding, like when you, to break it down in layman's terms, that's right, layman's terms. Basically, we both went through the same exact thing. This is what our relationship stems from. This trauma part of it that we both went through. Yeah. But this is what it's built on. It wasn't built on starting with a friendship or starting with getting to know each other.
You're not doing much to heal from that trauma.
You're not doing the work to get through it. So now y'all just in it, but y'all in it. And now it's just in it. We ain't getting nowhere. Right. You're right, Vanna. You're right. Okay, fun part. This is called Who's Most Likely To. Okay? Oh, who's most likely to, out of the both of us, get famous, you think? And then we can have a deal breaker. Cloud? Me?
Yeah, you got this YouTube channel. I'll be off the radar.
Me. Okay.
Definitely you.
Sorry, y'all. We have
it could be kind of even.
We have a tiebreaker because it's 2 of us, so we have a tiebreaker. So you would say Keith or Taya, okay? Who's most likely to get famous out of the both of us?
I don't know.
You suck.
All right, come on. Okay. I don't know.
You don't know? Who you think? He said me because of my YouTube. They'll just start at the damn YouTube.
So. Hey, but you putting yourself out in the public more than I am. I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely have the personality and the range.
That's why I said it, because you have the personality
to do TV. I could do anything if you ask me. Like, that's just the type of personality I have. But I don't know if I want that like for myself.
But that's what I don't. I don't really. I'd
rather get money and
consistent.
just. Yeah.
I'm good. I just want to be happy.
But I like spreading, positive messages. I don't mind getting in front of the camera because that's not a problem with me. But I say you because I'm not actively doing anything to put myself.
Oh, since both y'all take the shot. All right, we gonna both take it.
You got comments.
Okay,
what's the
next one? Oh, child. Who's most likely to meet their soulmate in the gym? Keith. Because y'all can tell I ain't going to no gym. You heard my daughter. She ain't going to no gym. I need to go to the gym with the way I was drinking.
You be seeing these videos of the girls be recording dudes, making it seem like every dude that woke up to them in the gym is just a creep or something.
But you be in the gym, so you more likely to meet your soulmate in the gym. I probably go for 20 minutes every 7 months.
If you know how antisocial I am.
I know how antisocial you are.
In the gym, especially. I don't talk to nobody. Like nobody. I'll be in with my mask on, my AirPods in.
Take your shot, boo.
Oh man,
okay.
That's crazy.
Who is more of a hippie?
You.
Yeah, I'm a hippie. I am a hippie, y'all. My ex used to always say, Girl, if you was born in the 70s, it would have been up for you. I am an Erykah Badu.
You just a hippie without smoking or the marijuana.
Literally, I am an Erykah Badu, Janae Aiko, singing bowl, howl at the moon.
That's funny.
Type of bitch. I love it. I do. I love the energy. Like, I can't wait when it gets warmer. Like, I love when it's warm outside. I can't take the cold. But I'll sit outside in my car and literally just chill out or go to the beach at night and just sit out there and really, like, look at the stars and, like, pray and meditate. Like, I'm a hippie ass. I seem like a witch, actually.
Nah, ain't no wrong with that. I love being by the water.
Uh-huh.
You know, I got my fishing rods in my trunk right now.
Oh yeah, you gotta teach me how to fish. I seen you fishing.
I always fishing.
I know. And I gotta go play golf on Mondays at the country club. Yeah, they still let y'all do it? It's
I'm
lit.
a manager. You know,
It's
I got
lit.
full.
I kind of missed them. I drove by it, but I kind of
full.
missed them a little bit.
Yeah, it's up after soon as they finish trimming up the course and all that.
Mm-hmm.
We get to play. We don't have tournaments until like May. So.
Oh yeah, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next one. Who is more likely to take all their secrets to the grave?
Oh.
I think both of
I think
us.
that's a tie because
Because baby, you see, it took
shit.
me how long it took me.
Exactly.
And that's because I was breaking down. Oh, child. All right, both of us. All right, last one.
Well, I'm a lightweight. I can't even take a shot of champagne.
Literally champagne. The liquor is for the other people that come to visit. Last one. Who is more likely to leave everything behind and go live on a farm like Kanye?
That's a tie.
Because I swear to God. Listen.
You have listen.
How many times mommy has been like, yo,
Like,
I just want to go on the farm, yo, bro. I'm sick of this shit.
No, I really wish I grew up in that type of environment.
I am a hippie. Listen.
Like, I love being outdoors. I like being around nature. I like the idea of waking up every morning, cultivating your land. I like that stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, being a city boy, just waking up, and then it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, living in I ain't no city boy.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying?
When you become a city boy.
You know, my personality ain't even like, I can't be a city boy. Like, but you get what I'm saying? Like, living around buses and all this type of stuff is just like, I'll be watching shit like that on YouTube too.
No,
like,
let me tell you, my
people
daughter
doing all that farming and cooking outside in nature, like that shit is
it's dope. My daughter tell you the other day, this how I know this is my child, Jim. We was driving downtown, literally, just from picking her up. But it was so many cars and buses and people. And both of us at the same time was like, this is giving us anxiety. Like,
I really don't like being around people.
My anxiety is crazy. And I just learned recently through therapy, I have social anxiety, but it's weird because I'm so outspoken and I do have friends. Like, I have a couple friends and my family and stuff. So it seems because of how outspoken I am, you would never think that I have social anxiety. I literally have social anxiety. Like when it's a whole bunch of people or like, if I'm dealing with somebody and he invite me somewhere and it's like a whole, like I don't want to go.
People get mad at me because I'd be like, oh, first of all,
it's too many people. Like, why you got
who gonna be there?
My thing, it don't even be the people because the people is cool. It just be like, why you gotta be so many of y'all? Like, why are we all doing here? Like, what's the purpose? Is it a meeting? Like, my anxiety be crazy. And I just learned that I had social anxiety. Like, I'm just learning certain things about myself that I knew was wrong, but I didn't have the words for it. I didn't understand. I didn't know how to articulate the wording for it. Like, okay, this is what's wrong with you. Okay, you have this. All right, this is what it is. Until my therapist was like, you sound really wrong with your ass. Like, what is going on with you? I really struggle. Like, really, really struggle a lot. So, yeah, we want to get on the farm.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I ain't gonna hold you because
we want to be on the farm.
I definitely want to be near the water. I want to be isolated.
And I'm a Pisces. I just love nature and the water, and
But you can't swim.
I can't swim. Mind your business. I just panic, y'all. I panic. Once my feet get, and I can't touch, and I got to go on my tippy toes, I start tweaking. So, but mind your business.
But now that I think about it, every time I've been in the club and it's been packed, unless I've been like real drunk and sloppy, other times I was like, I'm ready to get the fuck out of here.
Like you start,
I can't even move. Like I'm not even having fun. I'm sweating.
Yeah.
I can't move around. Like this shit is not fun.
Yeah,
and the clubs will cram you in just so they can make their money. And it's just like I'm good after that. I'm straight.
I agree. So, you guys, we hope this was a good episode for you guys, and I hope that everybody was able to take away some aspects of self-care if they're going through depression or self-isolation or anything that they need help with. Feel free to always reach out to. You can reach out to me. And hold on one second. It's because you are picking up the vibes of the people. If you were in a room full of people like you, and for you, the anxiety won't be triggered. Absolutely right.
No, that's
yes.
a fact.
And
if I can put energy, if I can handpick people to go party with,
cool.
That's perfectly
I agree.
fine.
You're absolutely right.
Yep,
You're
absolutely.
That's the energy we're talking about.
Yeah.
You have to. Your energy has to be protected at all costs, all the time. I don't care who it triggers, who it bothers, but if you are in a positive state, it's nothing like being in a peaceful state, waking up in the morning and just knowing. You don't even know how. You don't know where it's coming from, but you know you are at peace and you are happy, like with yourself, and that's it. It's nothing like being in that state of today gonna be a good day. I don't even know how it's gonna be a good day, but it's gonna be a good damn day. That's it. That is a great space to be in. Please never let nobody take that from you, and it's not worth it. Like, don't ever let nobody get in that space of trying to take that away from you at all.
And another thing, stop comparing your life to other people's lives. You're not gonna get anywhere doing that. Like, stop comparing your life. Like, everybody has their own unique journey, and especially on social media, everything is a little bit more fabricated than what it really is. There's only really a select few people who are what they are on and off the internet. Other than that, take everything with a grain of salt, because 9 times out of 10, people only post the good on social media. So if you're already struggling with mental issues and depression, seeing all of this great stuff all the time will make you feel like you're not doing much in life. And I know people who have good credit, own apartment, own car, and they still get on social media and they feel like they're falling behind when really you're doing better than most of your peers already. So try not to compare your life so much. Like, just live your life, be happy, do what makes you happy, help others whenever you can, and try to walk in grace. And stop being humble. I don't like that shit. Be noble. Like, be noble. Don't be humble. Be noble. That's a fact.
Okay, we are closing out. Be sure to follow my YouTube channel. Obviously, follow me on Facebook at Taya Nicole. Follow my actual podcast on Apple Podcasts. I am on Apple. It is called True Talk with Taya Nicole. And then follow me on Instagram at Taya Nicole. My Snapchat, Taya Nicole.
I would say follow me, but I barely.
This boy get up here just follow me and I'll follow him, and we'll upload y'all.
That's a fact.
Thank you for tuning in. See you guys next week. Bye. That was a good show.
Definitely.